G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about $5,000 cars, the value of EK Civics versus something that I think is an absolute bargain, the CL9 Accord. You'll hear Honda guys saying all the time, yeah, I'm buying this base model EK1 Civic. It's a doer-upper, it's a project. It's like NA2J guys or NA Barra guys. They're always like, oh yeah, one day I'll turbo it or one day I'll do a swap or whatever. Honda guys are no different. So many of you guys go out, you buy an EK1 with intentions of doing an EK9 replica, K-swap, blah, 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 turbo build, B-swap, B18 swap, all these things. And then you get a quarter of the way in and you don't realize how much money you're throwing away, wasting for no gain at all. So in this video, I'm gonna point out the absolute obvious. We're gonna take two $5,000 cars and we're gonna compare the specs on paper. I'm gonna show you the differences. I'm gonna point it out. I'm gonna be Captain Obvious and show you what you get for your $5,000, and maybe, just maybe, you'll rethink what you're gonna buy next or your next project. There's gonna be some controversy. You guys can all fight each other in the comments below. We will get to the bottom of this once and for all. Straight off the bat, we're gonna jump right into it. First thing I've got to say is not all Honda Civics are worth $5,000 and not all Honda Accord Euros are worth $5,000. Depends on age, kilometers, manual, auto, condition, all those types of things. Here we have a Honda Civic 1990 model hatch for $5,000. And here we have a 2006 Honda Accord Euro Sport for $4,990. So 10 bucks off. There's always going to be people with opinions. Here you can see Honda Accord Euro or Oz Euro group on Facebook. People are going on about how they've bought heaps of these cars for under $4,000. There's one for $3,500, and we paid $1,500 for Ronda. However, keep in mind, Ronda was basically a repairable write-off. Brakes were gone, suspension was gone, hail damage everywhere. There was stains all over all the seats. It had had a scrape up one of the doors. Bonnet was a bit munted, so that's why that was a $1,500 car. Let's take a look at what you get for your money. This is a 1999 Civic CXI. This one happens to be automatic. That doesn't matter for the purpose of this video. It has alloy wheels, otherwise is stock standard, and in my opinion is in pretty good condition considering its age. It is now 24 years old. That's probably older than most of you guys. And it's in very, very good condition, and the owner tells me it's currently for sale for $4,000. This one is a limited edition CXI that you can see there, and it's got the stock pea shooter exhaust, no exhaust on the other side, just one outlet, and we've got drum brakes in the rear, 242mm front single piston brakes, no fog lights, just the blocked off space for it. Over to the interior, we have wind-up windows. You can see there, no switches. We've got a pretty crusty rubber steering wheel with no buttons on the steering wheel for your stereo. Weirdly, this model has adjustable seats. No tacho at all, so you don't know how hard you're revving it, and a basic aircon setup. And if you want good tunes, you got to put them in yourself. Over here to the Mighty D series, you can see single cam, probably needs a timing belt, it's probably never been changed. Actually quite a clean engine bay for a D series, not a lot of oil, just your typical oil under the Dizzy cap. They have an O-ring that leaks, and it probably needs a new rocker cover gasket there. Otherwise it's in really good condition. Over to the back here, you can see we are missing a sway bar. Most people don't know that the base model Civics don't have any sway bars, front or rear, so you're relying just on the springs and shocks to get you around corners. You can see there, no disc brakes, and to get into the back of the car you need to flip the seat forward and chuck your mates in the back. Less than ideal. To be fair, this CL9 is not a $5,000 CL9. This is a 2007 from memory, so one of the last ones, and it's a luxury pack, so it gets a sunroof, leather electric heated seats, and many other features, including, you can see on the front there, the headlight washers. This one has massive 300mm front rotors. I think it's got 260mm rear rotors. Nice set of SSR wheels, but you've got the big brakes, 5 stud. You can run any kind of wheels on there that you like. This car has a full body kit, including a Mugen rear spoiler, and I really love that badge on there. It looks legit as. The car is very clean. You get the dual exhaust on the back, nice tail lights. You've got the remote latch for the boot, big boot space, 4 doors, power everything. Even in the base models, you got full electrics, ABS brakes, fully independent rear suspension. You've still got a single piston brake rotor front and rear, but you've got much larger brakes with a huge brake pad surface area. Over to the interior, we've got these upgraded pedals. They're not standard. The gear shifter is a hybrid racing shifter, that's not standard. So this is more like what you guys could expect to do with your car. So you save all your money on doing the K-swap. You buy the car, it's already got the K-swap. You do whatever mods you like. This one's already got the leather seats. You do the short shifter, you do the pedals, you do the body kit. You're already miles in front because the K-swap's already done all for $5,000. Traction and stability control, as well as an electric sunroof. As you can see there, popped up, looking very sexy. So here you can see the interior, leather electric heated seats. Being that this model is a luxury, top of the range, he's added a hybrid racing short shifter. You've got a leather steering wheel with steering wheel controls, power everything, mirrors, windows, the whole lot. You can keep your butt warm in winter with your heated seats. And you've got dual zone climate control. That comes in all the models as well. Base model up to the Lux packs, USB connectors, all sorts of stuff. And you can upgrade to Android tablets in the dash, which is something that's really cool. And the rear brakes are way bigger than the front brakes on a Civic. Now that is because the car is bigger, it's heavier, and it's newer. Plus it's got ABS. So we're not crapping on the Civic. It's an older car. It's a cheaper car. The Civics were under 20 grand brand new for a manual, whereas these Accords were starting at about 30 grand roughly from memory, and upwards to around about $50,000 brand new. The owner of the earlier white Civic actually owns a K-swap. He's a mechanic and an engineer. His family owns a mechanical workshop, and he said he's in and around $20,000 for that build so far. Over to the engine now is where it gets really juicy. You've got a 140 kilowatt K24 twin cam with VTEC on both sides. Very easy to modify. Even more parts available for these than the B series, H series, D series and J series Hondas. The K series market is second to none. So you're already at almost double the power of the Civic. It doesn't weigh that much more. Very simple to modify. This is the engine package that you want in your Civic, unless you're going to go and get a Type R. This is the best you could hope for. This guy has chucked in some BC coilovers. He's done all the mods. He's pushing about 160 kilowatts already. As you guys know, I started off with the Honda Civic. I've built quite a few Honda Civics, and now we have Ronda the race car. I also have a CU2 Accord, and I've just fallen in love with everything about the Honda family. Since having and racing Ronda, I've really fallen in love with the CL9 platform, or the Acura TSX as they call it overseas. These in Australia are quite common. They were super duper popular when they were brand new. Great alternative to a Commodore or a Falcon. Mitsubishi didn't have anything mid-sized, and it's not boring like a Camry. So these were really popular, offered great performance, fuel economy, styling, looks and everything, and just awesome comfort. You're getting all the benefits of a European car with the Japanese price tag. That's why we have the Honda Euro. The other great thing is the features that you get, and these things are now an absolute performance bargain for the young players at home. If you're looking for a first car or a second car or a project car, this CL9 has everything that you could possibly want. In my opinion, the CL9 offers you all of those things and more as a base. Now this one, as you can see, is quite modified. It's a really, really clean example. The reason why I'm showing you this car is this is an example of what you could have if you put some time, effort and money into your CL9 project. For me, this car ticks all the boxes. We've already got the BC coilovers, we've got the SSR rims, we've got the full body kit, rear spoiler. This is a late model, Lux Pack, sunroof, heated seats, leather seats. It's got the upgraded headlights, the headlight washers, the fog lights, and of course the K24A3, which I'm very, very familiar with now. And this one has all of the bolt-ons that you would want to do to one to give you the perfect mix of style, comfort, performance, handling. I think this is a really good gentleman's car. It does fly under the radar for the cops. If you have a beat up old Civic with a loud exhaust and stickers and stuff all over it, I think you're going to get a lot more negative attention from the authorities than something like this. So that's why I believe these are the best value for money performance bargain in a front wheel drive package at the moment that you can get, as opposed to going full JDM like a Silvia or a Skyline or something else turbocharged. This is a great base. You can do everything you want to do NA, or you can turbo or supercharge or do anything really to these cars, and they love it. So, as we've demonstrated on this channel before. So just in case you still don't believe me, here is a little spreadsheet I made. So on the left, we've got the EK1 Civic with a D16 Y4. That is the most common one you're going to get in Australia. You can get EK Civics with B16As, you can get D16 Y8s, you can go to EGs and get D16 Y5, Y7 I think, and you can get D15Bs as well. But $5,000, there it is. The car weighs a lot less. You can see here it's 1029 kilograms instead of 1430. But you've got a 1.6 engine, you've got 88 kilowatts, you've got only 144 Newton meters. Your power to weight is 85.5 kilowatts a ton. No VTEC, 5-speed, tiny 242 millimeter discs in the front, drum brakes in the back, 0 sway bars, no power windows, and if you're lucky, 2 airbags. If you look over to your right, you'll see the Honda Accord Euro CL9. Now there's only around about a 3-year age difference between when the CL9 came out. It features a K series, the God's motor. K is the way, K24A3. It's a double overhead cam. You can see there, you can grab one of those for $5,000. The only thing that the Civic beats it on is weight, but it's got the power to weight, which is a lot more than the Civic. So we'll go through those specs. It's a 2.4 litre, makes 140 kilowatts in this model, 223 Newton meters, and 97.9 kilowatts a ton. It has VTEC. It has 6-speed in a manual, 300mm front discs and 260mm rear discs, 2 sway bars, multi-link rear suspension, power windows all the way around, 6 airbags. So your mum and dad will be happy knowing that you'll be safe. You've got stability control and ABS brakes, all comes standard on the car. Just based on these 2 cars here, which I know nothing about, I've done no research other than they're both red, they're both $5,000. I think it is a no-brainer. I know I'm pointing out the obvious. I see this all the time. People are arguing in groups, in the Civic group, they're arguing about people asking 15, 20. There's people asking $45,000 for EG Civics. People asking $50,000 for EK9 Type R Civics. Now, if you're a collector, it might be worth it. On paper, it still doesn't hold a candle to a $5,000 Accord Euro. I know a lot of you have the goal of doing a K-swap turbo and ending up with something like this. This car has cost me, even with sponsorships and all that sort of stuff, around about $30,000 to $35,000 to do, and I've done all the labor myself. I've even painted it myself. Everything has been done to a strict budget. It's taken me 3 to 4 years. So spending almost $10,000 a year on this car to get it to where it is now I'm very, very happy with it. Don't get me wrong. Should I have wasted all that money on a car that I could have gone and spent all of that on in one hit and got something that does everything much, much better than what this car can do? I'll let you guys be the judge. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I think. This is just my opinion on this matter, and I just wanted to let you guys know there are other options out there if you want a fast Honda and want to cruise around the streets, or if you want to just have something nice to take to car events, car shows, meets, be social, hang out with your friends, then do whatever you want to do. Don't listen to me. Do anything you want to do. It's your car. Don't let anybody else tell you what you should be doing with your money or your car. And that's the entire purpose of my YouTube channel and my whole YouTube journey. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money or what you should do. I'm not here to tell you it's my way or the highway and you must do it like this and everyone else is wrong. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a wiring guy. I'm not an engineer or any of those things. I'm just a dude who likes all kinds of cars, and I like wrenching in the shed. It's very therapeutic for me. And I also like to go racing, which is also pretty therapeutic for me, a bit of a stress reliever. I know that sounds weird because it is pretty high adrenaline, but whatever you're into, just enjoy yourself. Don't go overboard with mods on your budget. Over and above everything else, I want you guys to be safe. I want to make sure you've got good suspension, good brakes, good bushes, leak-free, nice, reliable cars that you guys can cruise in and be safe in. Don't want anyone getting hurt. I don't want anyone doing any mods that are dodgy or risky that's going to put you or somebody else in danger, which is why I make most of these videos. To be honest, I just want to help people. That's going to bring us to the end of the video. If you stuck around this long and you enjoyed that, comment down below what you would buy if you had $5,000. Make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and leave a comment, whatever your opinion is. I'm going to respond to all questions. So don't forget to spool up, bring the boost, and we'll see ya in the next video. Cheers.